Hello and welcome. Right, I have set that going. I'm going to set this going. We're going to go straight into a time lapse. We're going to do this last job, and then then we're going to do we're going to fertilise and line both of these fields all over again. Now it's true we're trying this, and I think it did the job right. I don't think it needed to actually change things. So we're going to see if this works. It will be something to remember. I know Cavalier Roy did something similar on his maps even. Yeah, his maps, and he used the same piece of equipment, and it was the same. I think it was an 8.4, but nevertheless it worked for both. So it's one of those things I always meant to remember, but it doesn't always work. There was something I've tried where it broke the rule, and I thought, oh, okay, well let's not do that then. So yes, let's grab the big mower. Let's grab the baler. And I'm then going to say my words, and we shall have a chat. With There's lots of work to do. I really wanted to crack on, do as well as we could. We could sort of bail this in a bit. We could grab the fertilizer spreader and do the other field while these crack on a little, and then we could, I suppose, it could be clever and use the mower to also do that same job. Yeah, when he's finished, basically drop the mowers off, and then he can do one while we go and do this, because we've scanned the fields. That's why I wanted to get that done yesterday. I'm going to try to take as much of this as possible. We could, I suppose, be clever and throw a bag here, there, and everywhere, so that we could do that. That makes sense actually. Like that, and do it again till there's a pile small enough that the actual... I'm going to obviously move to the fertilizer bags now. Like we said, we've got one over there, which I'm only doing this to shift this out the road, really. So we'll actually use this. And I'm going to say my words though. Yeah, we should have a proper chat after we've done all the work. So I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. is us, I think, done. I think that's will do us for now. That's all that's really important right now. Everything's off the fields. We should now have a little bit more grass. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's quite a good amounts of bales actually on that field. So what have we got now in the grass thing? Yeah, our apples are ticking up a little. Silage digestate should have some digestate gone in now. I would have thought, yeah, a little bit. It's not gonna like. Yeah, the silage digestate. How much grass? That's what I was trying to. So we're up to 83 tons. Obviously, we've done some silage as well, so it's more like 90 something tons in total, which is not bad. So our day is done. August is done. We're going to like plants. Well, we're going to see what we get through the winter. Right, where is our sleep truck? It's through here and then at the house. Chickens. If these are going to be, they would like need feeding, I would say. So I don't know that our task is quite done just yet. Yeah, I think we really. I think the desk voice is probably the perfect thing for this job. So yeah, we've just gone and literally buried that. We could be clever. We could borrow this and grab it. In fact, I don't even think we need to do that. I just think we need to shift it out of the way a little. It's park it under the. Well, it's not got much. No, it's not an over. Oh, yeah, it could go in that first one, where the tether is, because its task I think is nearly done, and it is a bit of a. Yeah, I would have really liked to have incorporated the. Putting. It's. I like these, but I don't like them. I'm not a massive fan of these auto-loady Bailey things. I personally would go old school. I would like to show it done properly if I was going to do it. I'm not like drop it in, drop it out. That's why I don't use them an awful lot, because I am aiming for realism, and I think that kind of magic. Ooh, okay, that didn't quite work out. So I planned it in my mind, but these things rarely do. Yeah, that's it. Let's say if we grab a little bit of chicken food out of our silo. Yeah, this is another bit of a TARDIS, really, this one. The death voice, it is. That's why I chose it anyway, but it's also not got a monster. I love the samurai. It's always been my favourite, but no, then yeah, it's right. Yeah. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Oh, huh? Why can we not? Oh, it must have pushed me out from underneath the nozzle. Oh, or it's broken. Could be that as well. I mean, it was like this is the day after the day of release. Now then, is it? I think it's slightly to the right. Yeah. I vaguely remember looking at it and thinking, yep. Right, now then, animal foods. Does it show? Normally it's usually when you stand. Ah, there we go. It was at 3,000. So let's see if that will. I don't think we move though. It was like it just. But sometimes you can go on and off the trigger, or the trigger's a bit dicky. So let's try that again. So I'd like to put like for full 3 tons on it if possible. We are in roughly the right location. Ah, okay, so it is a little bit strange. Oh, it might be pushing me off. Yeah, it does look like it settled down. We could go through it again. Right. It should pretty much fill it in a tiny bit. Could leave the desk voice around here for this particular job, really. Filling up the. So the chickens are now happy. To really go in. I mean, really. So 3 tons out of 3 tons, 11 out of 30. Health 0, reproduction rate 0. Well, it will be. We fed them now, though. We've shown willing. So let's stop your engine for a minute, and we're going to go through till the morning. We've got our. Yeah, that chop. That was the last thing that dropped. And we are going to. Well. We're going to watch this beautiful vista, and it's gorgeous. I do love that little wagon. That is really really nice. Right, so 40,275, and we want to go through till 9 o'clock. And it was very late on the month of August, so we did a lot of work, really. Been a lot of changes on the farm. Swapping a field with local farmers who are interested in having our fields because it was closer to their farm, and yeah. And us having... Oh, no, that was a little bit more of a leap than I actually was expecting. But then I suppose no, I shouldn't have done, really. Fertilizer's a very, very good sort of seller. It is. I mean, we're not selling anything else. It will be interesting to see how many apples we've got. Yeah, I was right. I said about 1.8, and don't think that's quite. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it's slightly under because it wasn't a full day, but still very good. Silage digestate has only got a tiny weeny bit, which will only tick down now. It won't do that properly. It won't. Now that is strange. That proves that because it does 240 tonnes a month. Well, it would have done 120, and it still didn't do that completely. It's not quite right. I've said this for this last physics change did something, and this now doesn't work properly. So Giants have broken something again. They have. It is true. I did notice it. It's my kind of sort of thing. I am a bit of a geek. I know I am. I openly admit it. So how much do we get of the grain crops, which is those three? How much? 101, 190. You see, it's not going to it's not going to break the bank. It's the very slow burn. The tates and the sugar beets, though, they are quite reasonable. And of course, we have got this in both. Yeah, it's doubled. So it's yeah. I mean, it's not bad at all. But it's a long haul business. But then greenhouses are. That's what I'm only just pointing out. I'm teaching my grandmother to suck eggs, as the old saying goes. Now then, the sales. Right, what have we got in the sales this morning? Equator, a 12-metre header, which would need rather a large. Yeah, I don't somehow think that ours will ever manage something like that. And it's, again, I'm not really looking to upgrade the harvester because it's suiting the map, really. I mean, I don't mean that we couldn't cash something in if you'd got a super deal on here and it's worth doing. I mean, that's a very good price for a 12-metre, but again, it's a little bit not right for the map. So then, what are we doing? Our grass should be growing, and I'd like to leave it now so that next year it's not bold. So I think what we're going to do is, the one thing I'd like to do is ask... No, let's run up there. We're going to need to either borrow... Yeah, I think it's time to buy a bit of equipment. Now we're going to go up to the shop and we are going to grab a tree devourer. We're going to lease it because I'm not... But I think we're going to do all of that. We're going to go into another time lapse. Grab that, but we are going to need some sort of... What is the point? Are we going to put the mod down that we were going to do for the wood chips straight away? Then we don't really need to buy another... yeah, because it holds 50 tons itself. That's what I'm thinking. That's quite a bit if we can... Oh, mind you still need to stick it into a... Yeah, we can use our little 8-tonner. It's not going to hurt, really. It's a little bit faffy, I know, but it seems awfully silly. I don't know, we can lease one. Leasing one isn't terrible, really. I think that's probably not a terrible idea. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to lease you, yes. And then we must remember to put its pipe out straight away. We said we're going to lease. I think we'll manage with ours. I think we're going to... Yeah, we need to make a bit of clearance first, though. And also, that is if, of course, Kalle allows us to. He normally does. And it's quite amazing, but map makers don't normally change their mind on these type of things. Yeah, it's true. Each of the map makers, like Oxygen David, normally does make concrete trees, and so does GB Modding. That's almost a given that that's going to be the case. Their trees aren't real trees. They're made of some kind of metal. Can you tell I don't particularly agree with that type of thing? I would imagine you could. Yeah, no, it's I don't. It's people talk about realism, and that's one of those things that is not real. They are trees. They're supposed to be made of wood, which is choppable by such an amazing implement as this, if such a thing exists. Right, so pipe out. You've still forgot to do it. Then you've got to give it. I bet I've not done the right key config. Now then, it's 5, 7. Oh, it was out. It was, yeah, I did do it. It was just impatience. Right, okay. I'm gonna go into a bit of a time lapse. We do need to make a bit of room. This is our production sort of place right next to the farm. That's why I said it'd be really useful for us, really. Right, so yeah, let's go into that time lapse. You can see we're not going to get an awful lot of wood chips from some of this. I didn't even get any from that. We got robbed. Right, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, that didn't work out quite as I anticipated, and I didn't expect to get a lot, but I thought we might get a little bit more than that, but it is what it is. Yeah, we'll send that back. I can't put the one mod down that I really wish to. I mean, we need the Stefan one, and we got some more apple trees to grow. I would say that's probably the better term. Let's have a look at that factory. Yeah, it is expensive, but it's not a bad. It's not going to make us rich, but with all of our other productions too, it will make a bit of income over the winter. So apple juice. Yeah, we're going to need to stick some water in, aren't we? And what else do we need? Is it just honey? Only if you do the apple honey. The apple juice is just water and apples. It's not, obviously it isn't a fantastic money spinner. It's not terrible either. Yeah, so we don't need the apple honey one. Is that, what's the apple? Is that with sugar as well? It is. So I would imagine that's probably, yeah, you're losing 3 apples to gain that 5. Apple honey, you're gaining, but they're losing quite a lot of honey, so, and a bit of sugar. Yeah, you're losing. Well, you could, if you looked at it, you could say that you've got 8 and 10. 8 plus 2 honey sugar is 10. We're losing the water and we're losing all the apples, but it's not really. But yeah, I'm just simplifying it because it's so they're both a bit of loss, which you'd expect something in that kind of thing, but that's quite a heavy loss, really. That's 11 to produce 5. It's, yeah, a little bit destructive. But then again, this is quite generous, so yeah, I think what we're going to do is we'll stick the apple juice on, and we shall see how our, because those ones there really should. Yeah, we'll see actually how our original 4 do. I'm sure I did work this out though on the last time I used them on ballast ring that no, distributing. I'm sure it's not terrible. The apple juice, we need to put water in. Let's do that. Now we are going to really need a bigger water thing. Yeah, then even the task. Well, it is why I usually buy something like the, right, let's switch those off. Yeah, the Omatana really, it's because 20 tons is not terrible, whereas 10 tons, it's like, yeah, only chop the little trees. I wasn't going to chop any of the biggies down, or the important ones, because they're doing 10s on using around the edge of here, or we've made it available, shall we say, really. Let's go put some water into that. We may as well take some that we've already got the tap for. The production shed, when you put the production shed next to the Omatana, that's the one annoying thing is, yeah, it's sort of, it's not too bad. Yeah, so this is the SMP by Sariga. Yeah, I might well be using this though. It is true. It's sometimes you just get used to. It is always represent. I mean, I didn't realise it was by Sariga until I looked at this, and I looked at Sariga himself to see what mods he'd done, because I obviously love the TPS that he did, that has done. And then I thought, oh, it was Sariga that did the SMP that I always slated. Sorry, Sariga. Yeah, right, so then we could sort of put a tap. It's a bit of a slow, whereas again the Omatana, that's its speciality, really is the fact that it's super. I suppose we could actually put some more trees here and sort of, yeah, it's not cheating, but it's using your head, really. So production, orchards. Now I think these are classed as gardens, so therefore, yeah, I'm sure it'll let me get, sorry, greenhouses. They are classed as greenhouses anyway, so yeah, that's the JM Gaming one. And we want the, yeah, I am going to feature that. It's just, it's a little dearer, and I'm sure it's JM Gaming does some cracking things, or usually he does, so are we in the right place? Oh, is it orchards then? That might be orchards. It does make sense that it would be orchards, but I thought we were looking in here. Yeah, the Omatana does the olive trees as well. orchards. Here we go. It's here. Right, so we need to actually, yeah, I've done it again. We need to get out, switch those on, and then I've got my indicator going as well. We'll stick another 4, because it does stick in my head that that's actually what it was. So here, and also sort of, we properly just want to get those in the right place. I don't want it. Yeah, going to need to look from this angle just to make sure we're not like encroaching on the road at all. Yeah, I don't want it to be silly. So we need to put another 4 in. We'll rotate that slightly. That's too bad. 2. Where's the ad? Is there? That's not too bad. Oh, we're overlapping with something. 3 and 1 more. 4. Then we want to go for this silo extension with the watery thing, because I'm sure this. No, we don't. Luckily, we don't need anything for the chickens. I'm not sure if this is going to put water in here. I'm not sure if it will do that. If we're going to give it the bestest chance, it's got a fairly good range, but not fantastic. So, right, let's have a look, shall we, and see if that's. Let's get rid of those and get rid of my indicator. Now then, let's have a look. Has the Stefan one got water? I'm not worried if it hasn't. Yeah, the water is... Oh. So it doesn't class them as... That surprises me, actually. Because we can see it worked on that one, but that's because it got a garden. Well, let's stick a garden in then. We're not cheating. Not really. We're using a head. I did actually want to put 2 more of those greenhouses. We have got enough cash, but we are definitely going to need to stick... Yeah, do a little bit of levelling here, I think, to actually make one of those. I'd like to put a larger one. I'm used to using the large ones, really. So that should be about right. Production greenhouses. So G866 mods, the maker of the production shed, one of my personal absolute favourites. So should I think? Yeah, I'd say that is not far off. Fits perfectly ish. Little bit, all my life. I was going to say a little tiny bit of levelling, but that's making it lie. So now I need to soften. It will disappear. It's a bit of a weirdness about all this type of thing when it does this. Yeah, I've had to. You can sometimes get one little bit that stubbornly refuses to actually play ball, where you need to like colour the road with the closest colour to it. I have had to do that on Sosnovka. No, that's not Sosnovka. The Zilonka, that's the one. Yeah, I think that's it. No, it's working a little bit more, but I think that's it. I think I'm gonna have to do the dark grey and a bit of disguising. I apologise for this, but it's not me, honest. It's the game is a bit naughty. Yeah, for saying it was only a tiny bit of levelling, then all of a sudden we've like half of a road. Right. I know you can see it. I know that, but it's like it's the best you can actually do to disguise it. So we should have a 3rd greenhouse somewhere that's not ticked. Here we go. Yeah, and it has got the water, so we could do the distributor closer. That's another thing that will do it. As long as there is a greenhouse, so you're actually meeting the criteria of the mod. It is quite happy. So we then need to. No, we've not got any. We're not doing anything with any of it just yet. Right. So then, did those trees gain some water that we just placed, or are they still dead in the water? Dead in the water. Yeah, they are. So, in that case, what we're going to do is with that last little tiny bit of space, just... I don't know, actually. I think we'll stick it... Let's have a look. I think we could probably just squeeze it... Yeah, the level just about there like that. I think we'll do nicely. That's about the last bit we'll be able to do without... I'm not sure it's going to go in there. But we have got little bits of room all over the ship. It's got to be fairly close to that water thing, otherwise it doesn't sense, it doesn't get it. It's not plumbed in. Yeah, let's use real terms. So distributor, a beautiful thing by Omatana, as with the many things. Yeah, it's true. Missy B, Omatana, Black Sheep Modding, 82 Studios, all great modders that really do lend so much to the game. Yeah, I had a thought. I'm not going to share it. that'd be a bit cruel to James. That one would. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be too close to the. Yeah, it's too close to the two productions. Right. Okay. We might have to stick it in the middle of this. The trees, if it'll let me. Nope, it won't. Yeah, I thought I might get just a tiny bit of a touch. I suppose we might be able to get it up there. If we put it in V mode, I don't think that's going to hurt. The important bit's to where the brown is. Yeah, we can do the sort of. As long as we're not going into Stefan's thing, I think we're alright. Just need to like put it in V mode and then maybe, because that's fairly flat actually, and we're not ever going to be loading into it sort of, I don't think. Ooh, it's a little bit. Let's just try and gain a little bit of that road back from here. Let's drop down. I think that is. So now let's put the distributor should I've sensed that water. Yeah, it has. So we'll stick that on and we'll go distributing. So we shouldn't have any trouble. I love using this. It is fantastic. It should. We will switch these on because these are literally going to like switch on in the hour, which we shall speed up till 10 o'clock right now. And at 10 they should get some water. Now it's a bit weird how it does it. It doesn't always like fill it. It just plays with the amount of water in them. But as, yeah, do you see what I mean? It's what 1 litre of water in those last 4. Really? You've got like 1 million or 10 million? You've got a billion litres of water, I think, and you'd stingily give us 3. Again, though, if you look, it's not doing its cycles properly. It's ticking up more over time. It will do it over the, but it doesn't do it very well. No, something's definitely gone wrong. I think we should really put some fencing. We'll also check the prices of the apple juice, whether that's going to be... I do like to have some businesses that just tick in the background all the time. What are we filling from? A distributor, I would imagine. Right, so I'm quite happy with... I mean, we've literally spent all of the money that we've actually earned, really. But it's good businesses, it really is. It's going to help us. These big greenhouses that, although, yeah, like, it's individually... they're not doing a lot, but with together, when you sort of, and if we did the fertilizer, obviously it would be really stupendous. But yeah, so that's the large. That's the one that's going to do. That's medium. That's medium. It says, oh, that's the large. That one says La there, just out of range of us seeing all of it. So that one's going to be busy now that that's got loads of water too. So I think we've got nothing more to do but to go through till tomorrow. Apart from, I'd like to see how much apple juice. Let's have a look at the. I mean, that was quite obviously that was quite considerable. I was distributing water to that now anyway. That's good. And 7 tons of apples. So the apple juice is now starting to make. So then, how much? Should show in here. Showed the max price February, right? So we're not selling apples, we're selling apple juice. It is, as you can see, it's not a bad little learner. But again, it's one of those things that's going to do it over the year. So we're not going to feel it, although we are heading towards that end of the year. So being as we've got chickens, we're going to have to keep an eye on them over the winter. And I'd like to... I'm trying to think, is there enough for a... I think there is. I'm going to say my goodbyes. And we should going through the winter over the next session. Get the way, hopefully till March. So all that remains to be said for this session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this absolutely gorgeous eye candy farm. And yeah, goodbye for now.